Are you guys gonna watch the Nations Cup next weekend?
That's funny. Actually, I might. Isn't it like a $500,000 prize pool?
Yeah.
That's like, yeah. Maybe I will, just because that's such a fucking ridiculous amount of money.
How'd you hear about it?
I think I saw it on the game.
Oh yeah. What team you cheering for?
I don't even know what the teams are.
You guys gonna watch the Nations Cup?
Ew, no.
Say what?
Yeah, I don't really watch too much tourney stuff.
Oh, what the hell? Why not?
rather-
Oh, you don't feel like watching the pros helps you get better at the game?
No, because what
I
the
know
pros do
I
in
suck.
tournaments is just like land bar, get a vehicle, go elsewhere. They don't want to fight right away because they don't want to risk losing the tournament. And that's kind of boring.
You guys gonna watch the Nations Cup coming up?
Probably.
Oh, nice.
Is that today?
No, the 9th. Are you gonna watch the Nations Cup next week?
I think I don't do that stuff normally, but I think I will.
Do you normally watch esports PUBG?
Not really. I catch some highlight videos and shit just to kind of see what teams are doing, where they're moving to, what they're using.
Yeah. What's your favorite team?
I don't have one. Honestly, I just like to see how the different squads decide to prioritize their movement when they move. See kind of what weapons they're preferring to use. If it.
Tonight's episode. Bridging the Gap. Presented by Mustache Dave. So let's go to it. Some of your points that you made here, and we brought up that there's 400 comments or so you mentioned, so that's a lot of feedback. Some good, some whatever, some bad. But the number one point you brought up that you like to see is PUBG promoting the game through the game like launcher, right? Like when you launch the game, like how you and I joined the party together. That was your number one idea. I mean, we've heard this idea before plenty of other times, and other games do it. It's pretty common.
It's not like the number one like great idea, like game changer, but it's just like that idea is just like it's just something that should be a given almost, like, to me. You know what I mean? Like if you're spending millions and millions every year, every half year, spending millions on an esport and all this time, and you don't promote it like to the fullest, like you're just kind of like, I feel like that should be a no-brainer. So like putting it something like a watch tab, something that's like not in your face kind of thing, like on the front screen. I feel like stuff like on the front screen of PUBG, like when you launch up the game and it says like, here, watch now this tournament, like that should only be for the Face It major, the GLL major, the like all the international tournaments.
So
like those should be promoted like crazy on the front page. But as far as just like MPL or PEL or PKL, like that should just be in the watch tab, so that someone that is kind of semi-interested in competitive just simply clicks the watch tab and you click on any of the stream links and bingo, it opens up your internet browser and pops in Twitch, the live stream, and bingo, like you're good to go. Like that is something that should be 100% a given. Like that should never have really been in question. But I mean, they had a lot of stuff that they've been going through with trying to get Erangel right and all the other issues. But since like most of the bugs are like I mean, there's new bugs all the time, but I mean, since like most of the main ones are like kind of getting fixed, like I think it's time, like for at least after phase 3, definitely for after phase 3, to just start promoting it like on the front page. And that's kind of like why I put that as like the main point. I'm not dealing with the red zone here.
Yeah. So Erangel, I mean, how you feel about that, by the way? We're playing on it right now.
It's good. I think it's definitely going to be put in phase 3. I hope. just
phase
because
3?
like it's
You
just
think
kind of
so?
weird. Yeah, it's just kind of weird to have like old Erangel, people watching old Erangel, and then everyone's playing on the new one. Like,
Especially if you're trying to get the casuals over here, right? Like,
yeah,
that's the
I
main
just
goal
think
for
it
Sam
kind
Hart.
of ruins the whole point. But I mean, it's all a timing thing. It's bad timing for this too, but at the same time, like, it's good timing just because you want it out as early as possible. So, I mean,
Would
I
that
understand.
help? Would that help? Like if they release the new Erangel?
It's not gonna help like crazy, but
it
it's
counterbalance
not gonna
the
hurt it.
Sandhawk?
It's not gonna hurt it.
Oh, yeah, it's
Definitely
not
won't
gonna
hurt. Yeah,
Okay.
like I feel like keeping the old Erangel in will hurt it more than this will like more than help it kind of thing. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
like to kind of like maintain what we have right now is like pretty crucial for putting this in. But I mean, even if it doesn't come in, whatever, it's like I said, it's just all a test. This whole year is kind of a test, and kind of like a stepping stone for next year, which I feel like what I said from the beginning in preseason and before phase 1 is like this whole year is going to be a test for the coming year. So
Yeah, which makes sense. Like I feel like they're trying
Yeah.
to build that loyal.
wait, I literally just jumped
yeah, you
out.
just left it here.
Rip.
That loyal fan base, right? They're trying to
Yeah, for sure.
satisfy the loyal
Oh, there's people in the compound.
customers and viewers. That here, I'll let you drive.
Do you have any meds?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
So some of the people on the Reddit, there was one person that brought up a good kind of argument, I guess, against your whole promoting tab thing, and they said that it would draw people away from playing the actual game, right? So instead of playing game, getting the hours in the game, you know, which PUBG probably wants you to do,
Yeah, for sure.
it would, you know, you'd click it and then go watch something else that's not even really on their platform. So I kind of understood where they were coming from when it comes to
Yeah,
that.
and I think what they were talking about, whoever commented that, was referring to like the picture. Like I just kind of made like a graphic myself. It literally took me 5 minutes to make a graphic for it, and I just basically put like watch live now screen on like the main PUBG homepage. And I think that's what they were talking about, is like they don't want you to like, they don't want to just like see that and click that and only watch the game from there. And because that'll take time away from actually playing the game, which I totally understand that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, those should only be for like major tournaments and
Oh,
like,
no, there's one.
yeah.
Right
Oh,
behind
shoot.
the little guard tower. Fucking Josh, dude.
Jeez, I'm low. Woo. Sorry, Joshy. But yeah, so I do agree with that, like for the majors, but I mean it's a major, like you need to promote the crap out of a major. Like especially Worlds, the Nations Cup, like all that is being like heavily promoted, which is great. Like that's definitely
On
great.
the plane, like the banners and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and like that definitely should happen, but I mean for just MPL and PEL, don't put it on the main screen, but just put it in that watch tab. And I like it's pretty simple.
Yeah, because I know, like, if you log into, like, League of Legends, like, a pop-up kind of comes, like, hey, this is live, right? The
Yeah, and same with
LCS,
Counter-Strike. Like Counter-Strike, if it's a major, that thing's playing on the main screen with a million tabs. Like, it's promoted like crazy. And obviously, Counter-Strike's a huge esport, but like, still, you gotta use what you got. You gotta promote it.
That's interesting. Are you looking for anything? What are you looking for?
No, I'm just chilling.
I'm gonna
Gonna
drop
hold-
this M2-4 for a mini.
Like, I have a tip, AR tip,
AR tip.
flash hider. He's got.
He's got a flash
Okay.
hider for DMR.
Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna play the east side.
I hear some.
There's
nades.
nades over there. 1249 guy.
All right, so then that comes to our next point. If we do get that viewer to tune in to watch the stream, in-game skins, right? Like exclusive skins, like just pass them out like candy. I remember, what was it, PGI? They were doing that, and they gave out some skins if you bought tickets, and I heard it sold out. I didn't go to it, but I heard it sold out, right? People all got those Reaper masks and all that good stuff. Like, it was popping off. I don't feel like we've had any like solid giveaway skins like that since PGI, in my opinion. I know PGI was like the biggest event. So
Yeah,
far,
like
so-
I mean, as far as like skins go, people. I mean, someone actually commented something like pretty interesting that they said that like PUBG has kind of like an older player base and they're not really interested in skins that much. This guy's east of us driving towards the forest. And they said that like they're not really interested in skins and grinding for like rare skins and such, which I totally understand that, but it won't like
it won't hurt, right?
it won't hurt. Like
Yeah.
it's only gonna help. It's never going to make it worse. Like any viewer incentive and player incentive is like great. Like it doesn't matter if it's skins or if someone doesn't like it, because like I'm sure 90% of other people will enjoy that. So like I'm in older, like I'm 23. Like I mean, I guess I'm not like 15. So like I love skins. I love skins. Like 99% of players that I talk to like would love to rock a sick weapon skin, and like PUBG did a great job during MPL phase 1 and kind of phase 2, I guess. Let's just go to the forest here. And they did kind of a good job where they did like pick them. Basically, you pick the winner of the game and you get a skin if you like. You have a chance to get a skin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that skin sucked.
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
literally was so garbage. Like I don't know. I don't want to like. I'm not here to bash them.
3 tabs open with different accounts picking.
Oh,
shit,
same.
dude. I was
Like,
trying to
and
win.
that helps. Like,
Oh yeah, I
like,
guess it helps. Yeah, if
it's
you think
fun.
about it.
Like,
Yeah.
like literally, it makes no sense not to do that. And like, it was a garbage skin, and people lost interest. We're running out of gas, but we're chilling here anyways. And like, make it a cool skin that everybody wants. That like people like need
Battle
to have. Like
Battle
battle
stat.
stat M4 with a sick, I don't know, like colors and.
Just, I think
it's
just
just- it
battle
just
stat
doesn't-
in general. Just
Yeah,
battle
like,
stat
but
in
not
anything.
a battle, like a battle stat mini or an SLR or something that somebody will use. Like not like a battle stat pistol that literally no one's gonna grind for.
Scorpion.
Yeah, and you got to make it kind of rare enough that like, yeah, you got to get like. I love guessing the team. Like I love that interaction where like you get to pick a team, you choose Liquid to win the game, they win the game, then those certain people that chose Liquid to win the game have like a certain percentage to get that skin. And I think that's a great idea. Like you get to root for a team during the game, and if your team wins, you have a chance to get that skin. And you, like I said, you got to make that skin rare enough so that people don't just like farm them, you know what I mean? And it's still like worth it to get even on game 50 out of 100 in a season, you know what I mean? So like stuff like that, like the in-game skins thing, like it's just like all I said is like it's just an added
I
incentive.
wonder if they could make like a battle stat helmet, like how many times you got shot in the head. That would be
True.
funny as hell.
Like,
I don't know how
it's-
detailed they can get with it.
Could definitely, they could definitely do that. Like that's a great stat. Like that would be a fun helmet. Like
Yeah,
that's a
little
fun
troll
skin.
helmet, yeah. So yeah, that's something that a lot of people seem to have liked, especially the battle stat skins. But what do you think about universal game settings, like in pubs, like how we're playing right now, and the competitive games? Do you ever see that being a thing?
A lot of people have said that you have to kind of universalize like the settings to match the competitive settings, or kind of like make them closer to each other. I understand that. Like I know the devs were all talking about that. I was listening to a winner podcast like a couple of weeks ago, and they were talking to a dev that kind of said like, yeah, like our goal is to kind of like link the two settings together and make people like more interested in competitive that way, which definitely makes sense. Like Counter-Strike did it. Every single game has kind of merged their settings together to make people more like connected, I guess you could say, to competitive that way. So I think it would work. And PUBG, I think its competitive side is more heavily weighed on the settings. So I think they would all have to make sure to make the pub settings more towards competitive. But then you run into issues like PUBG is a survival battle royale instead of just a gun skill like running gun battle royale. So you kind of have to. I still think that let's just push towards that way a little bit. I still think you should probably keep them a little bit separated, but maybe start narrowing the gap slightly to kind of make it a little bit more similar, like they have done. Like Erangel is like what 3 minutes shorter now for game time, so that's a great change. And I think people, it's so like minuscule that people won't really realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a great change. This guy
So
looting.
it goes.
On the rock on my beam,
Yeah, yeah,
255.
So it goes both ways then. So that means maybe less than the AR spawns in competitive.
Yeah, it definitely could go both ways. So like you could change up
You're right,
AR
right.
spawns, you could change up DMR spawns. Yeah, anything like in competitive, like to make it a little bit similar to
I think that's important
all
though.
games.
Oh, I got a shot.
I can't hit this kid on the ridge.
You got a shot there?
On the hill.
Yeah. 255, right?
Yep. Still getting used to this auto bandaging.
Oh yeah, you can walk. Ah.
Yep.
Oh, someone
Oh.
on me.
Hmm. They've got to be northeast of you, I think. I don't see them.
They're super close. All right, I'm gonna come towards you.
I'm watching over. Rocking the Vector?
Hey, it's automatic, bro. After watching Jimbo play that shit.
It's not bad. I'm healing real quick. Alright, these guys gotta push up towards us.
And then, so that kind of brings us to our one of the last major points. I know we're in the middle of some gunfights here. I'm not really too woke, I guess you can say, on the whole process of fantasy pick'em. Fantasy betting, like I've never really done that. But it seems like that one got lots of positive feedback on your Reddit post.
Yeah, so basically Fantasy Pick'em is only for major tournaments. You wouldn't really, I mean, I guess they could do it for MPL, like for the whole season, but I don't think that's the right play. I think you only do a Fantasy Pick'em for major tournaments where you really want to promote it like extra and get people like really involved and excited about it. So basically, the idea behind it came from a Reddit post. Well, actually, I think it was PUBG. One of the PUBG Instagram accounts was like, message me if you want to be a part of a PUBG fantasy game with other fans and stuff. I was like, yeah, why not? Like, might as well. And basically, you have like a $40,000 in that you get to use and essentially buy players, and every player has like a face value. Like Jeems is 8,000, K-Mine's 8,000, Zampa could be like 5,000, and Maluk could be 4,000, and you just basically build your team around the money that you have and the money that you have left, and you try to get as close to 40,000 as possible, essentially. And like a kill is worth 1 point, assist is worth 1 point, survival time, if you get like 25 minutes survival time, you get a point, stuff like that. And so at the end of the tournament, all right, sweet.
Ah, you got me.
Oh, yeah, left. Okay.
On the edge.
I don't know where is that over here. Was that him?
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
shit.
bleed out. That's all right.
Okay.
So what were you saying? I got
Oh,
slapped.
no, I got
That's what you said.
this
I got
other guy.
slapped.
All right, they're dead. Yeah, you got clapped. What are you doing?
I was fucking hard peeking the tree, man. I saw his head. He was just leaning there.
It's all good. So yeah, basically you have like a certain set of money that you can spend on players, and you buy the players, and that's your team essentially for the tournament, and you get points based on how well they do. And my kind of idea behind it was Oh, he's re-peeking me. Yeet!
Now, would you make this push in NPL is the question.
Oh, absolutely. Kidding me? Peek, please. It's got a 3 helm. He's gonna re-peek it 100%. No.
I mean, he's got 30 seconds.
Oh, that was him. How did he?
What?
How did he make it there? I don't know.
That wasn't him. Was it?
I think
Yeah.
so. He had a 3 helm.
He peeked the tree one time. Next thing you know, he's running.
All right, let's close this
Fantasy
game out.
pick 'em. Fantasy pick 'em. All right, but is this betting? Like, do you win money on this, or is it just all? For
So
fun?
basically, yeah, sorry. So basically, by the end of it, depending on how well your team does, there's like certain tiers. So say you get 100 points, and that would be top 50%. You get a certain skin. Like you get just say like a UMP, really nice skin. Like none of this garbage foo trash skins.
So
You know what I mean?
skins are the prizes, pretty
So
much.
skins are the prizes, or yeah, stuff like that. Like could be BP if they end up using BP to a better degree.
Or
It could
this
be,
could be like a API, like over the Twitch screen. That would be
yeah,
like a little
that
API
could be
game.
too. Like that's a sick, yeah. See, like possibilities are endless. And then like you get top 30%, you get the 50% skin and the 30% skin. Then you get like top 5%. Then you get basically all the skins below it, and like the grand prize of like an M4 battle stat kind of thing. You know, like stuff like that. I think could definitely go a very long way.
Snakes in the grass, man.
Snake in the grass.
Ah, man. So, you're excited for MPL then?
Die, please. Oh, super excited.
That's good, man. What the hell? They're all hitting the dirt.
I can't see this kid. Holy cow.
He's crawling away. Oh!
ESS gamer. But yeah, so
Dude's crawling away.
essentially you get skins as like a reward for doing well in the fantasy pick'em, and I think where's this kid still chilling? I can literally see. Oh my god, they're all crawling.
There you go.
Oh shit.
Wonder if there's more crawlers down there. So, I mean, at first I thought that idea would have been aimed more towards like the hardcore PUBG fans, but actually what I said about the API, I can see anybody playing it.
I literally don't even see this kid.
Or,
I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, he's all the way at the edge. You can see all the other snakes, but you can't see this. All right, yeah, no problem.
it's got, what is it, got a scar?
Rip.
Hey, second place, man. Placement points.
It's all good.
Placement points.
So yeah, like the fantasy pick'em, it's just like another one of those options that kind of gives the like a fun incentive for a viewer to either root for a player or root for a team that they choose in order, like they get a skin if that player does really good in the tournament. So it keeps them active, it keeps them watching and actually like enjoying watching the game to root for their player that they chose. Because essentially that player they're depending on that player to do well to get them a skin. So like that's just something, and like you also just for participating get a participation award, you know, just to get a little one of those average skins that aren't battle stat or anything fun. But yeah, so I think like something like a fantasy game for all the majors, well, you can get like a really nice looking M4 battle stat or Car 98 battle stat or one of those helmets that you were talking about, like something like that, like just to make people interested in watching the game. And then eventually like people aren't going to watch the esport just for the skins. Like eventually they're going to be like fans of the players and fans of the teams, and they're going to get into it. And that's just how you start. And like all these things that I'm like proposing are just like things that would definitely help get interest into PUBG esports in general.